Hey guys! So guys, today I'll be talking about autism and socialisation. Now, socialising can be really hard for someone with autism. I used to find socialising really hard, and it's something that I've had to work on since a young age, of just being able to understand people's feeling, when people are actually joking, or if they're just being horrible or misunderstanding what they're saying, and also things like who your real friends are versus who aren't. Some people will encourage you to do bad things when they pretend to be your friend, but really they just want to see you get into trouble. All these to do with socialising. Even later on in life, there's still some things that I struggle with, when people are joking, if I've upset somebody, and just making sure that if I have or if I haven't, and also being able to say, I'm not quite sure I understood what you said, can you tell me again? We are very kind of scared of saying, I don't think I've understood that, and then we go off and do it, and then we end up being wrong and potentially getting ourselves in more stress and more anxiety. And I think it comes on to a point where we're afraid to make ourselves feel or look stupid. So today I'm going to tell you some things about socialisation with autism that you might not know about. So some people with autism might find starting a conversation really hard. We're quite unsure what to talk about, what to bring up, and it can often lead into speaking about something that we're quite comfortable with but somebody else isn't, like a favourite subject of ours. Sometimes we can be so invested in what we are enjoying or what we watch or our favourite hobby that we kind of lose sight of what the conversation is or what it was going to be about. And that can move on to the second point, which is keeping conversations going, because once that kind of subject that you were talking about goes, then you're kind of left in a situation where you're not sure what you're meant to be talking about. So keeping that conversation going. Also ending a conversation politely. Sometimes I find that I'm not sure when to end it or what to say or what to do. You never want to come across to end a conversation rudely, but sometimes people with autism don't know how to end a conversation, and it can come across as them being rude. I can say that they're not, it's just they don't know how to end the conversation. Eye contact is another thing. As we all know, people with autism, some people with autism find it very hard to look others in the eye. Sometimes it's too much eye contact that people feel uncomfortable with it. So eye contact can be one, it looks like they're not listening but they are, or they're just looking at you and not really absorbing the information that you're giving to them. Sometimes talking too fast. I know that I can do that. I talk quite fast, so sometimes things I've said might get misheard or they might not get heard at all. And also people who are autistic might find that if someone's speaking too quickly to them, they can't take in the information. It's quite simply too much information for them, and they kind of go into overload because they're not quite sure on what is actually going on. When you're told to do something, someone with autism, if they're told to do something, sometimes instructions are better wrote down than told. I know that if I get told something, I'm more likely to forget it, or I will do the wrong thing if I don't understand it, or I'll be confused about what they've actually asked and end up doing more than what I should have. So writing down the instruction with someone with autism will be a lot easier for them to take the information and be able to do what you need to do with it. Always found as well for socialisation with someone with autism is always get something like a fiddle toy, like something that they can just mess with. I think it like a kind of stress ball of all sorts. I think it's really handy. I think it's the fidget spinners was a really good idea, because it just kind of takes their mind off it and makes them feel more at ease when doing something or speaking about something. It just makes them feel a bit more in control, I suppose, of the situation. Always say don't speak too loud or too softly, just speak normal, because if you speak too loud it might sound like they've done something wrong. If they speak too softly, then they might not actually hear what they've got to do. And I know from experience I'd rather someone just speak normal so I don't get mixed messages from that conversation. Also keep an appropriate distance while talking. So I know that sometimes people can get too close, and I know people with autism like their own kind of personal space. But sometimes, in my experience as well, sometimes people with autism aren't aware of personal space of other people. So I was quite, I'd always get too close to people or too near them, and I had people telling me in the end, look, you're too near me, can you just back off a bit? So I know as well as that, we like our own personal space, but at the same time, some people with autism aren't aware of other people. And I think the thing that we can all do to help people with socialisation, people with autism, is just understand that that's the condition. And that's why I'm making this video, is for people that aren't really aware of how autism affects someone and how they socialise, to watch this video, because it will give you a really good insight on how to actually socialise with someone with autism, how we can make it easier for them, especially in work environments, because work environments are stressful, they are filled with pressure, and there are a bunch of people that like different things, speak about different topics, have different interests, and sometimes people with autism are kind of left thinking, well, what do I talk about? How do I interact with that person? How do I interact with that person? How do I get this done? So I think this video is helpful. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Tell me what other things you think could be added to what people with autism find hard when it comes to socialising. And guys, I hope you enjoyed. Take care and goodbye for now.